Hey there, fellow explorers. Welcome to another thrilling adventure. Tennessee, a land steeped in history and natural beauty, is a place where the past and present intertwine seamlessly. Its shadowy forests hold secrets that have intrigued and mystified people for centuries. One such enigma is the legend of the Tennessee Wildman, a tale that has been passed down through generations. This legend has haunted the region since the 1800s, sending shivers down spines for generations. Imagine sitting around a crackling campfire, the air thick with the smell of pine needles and the sound of rustling leaves. You hear a tale whispered about a creature lurking in the woods, a story that sends chills down your spine. It's big, hairy, and resembles a Sasquatch, a creature that defies explanation. The first whispers of the Wildman emerged in the early 19th century when pioneers began to explore the untamed wilderness. These brave souls reported strange encounters, tales that would be shared around campfires and in hushed conversations. They described a massive humanoid figure covered in dark hair, a sight that was both terrifying and fascinating. It moved with surprising speed and agility, vanishing into the shadows before anyone could get a clear look. Some said its eyes glowed with an unnatural light, piercing through the darkness like twin beacons. These stories spread like wildfire, capturing the imaginations of all who heard them. They quickly became ingrained in local folklore, a part of the cultural fabric of the region. The Wildman wasn't just a campfire story to scare children. It was a legend that many believed to be true. People claimed to have seen his massive footprints near their homes, evidence that fueled the legend. Farmers whispered about livestock going missing, attributing these disappearances to the Wildman. The line between myth and reality was blurred, creating a sense of mystery and fear. A palpable sense of unease settled over the region as the legend of the Wildman grew. The Tennessee Wildman was real, or so they believed, a legend that continues to captivate and terrify to this day. As decades passed, so did the stories of the Tennessee Wildman. Each encounter added to the legend. Witnesses rarely got a clear view of the creature. They usually only caught glimpses through dense undergrowth or in the fading light of dusk. But the fear in their voices when they recounted their tales was very real. The descriptions remained remarkably consistent. The Wildman was always depicted as incredibly tall and muscular. Its body was covered in thick, dark hair, often matted with dirt and leaves. Some claimed it had a foul odor like rotting vegetation or a wild animal. Its eyes, when visible, were said to be dark and piercing, filled with a strange intelligence. One recurring detail in many accounts was the Wildman's incredible strength. There were tales of it uprooting small trees with ease. People recounted seeing it hurl large boulders as if they were pebbles. These feats of strength only solidified its fearsome reputation. The Wildman was not to be trifled with. The Wildman wasn't just a creature of the shadows, it was a source of genuine terror for many residents. The stories weren't confined to campfire tales or late-night gossip. They permeated everyday life, shaping the way people interacted with the wilderness. Children were warned not to stray too far from home. People were wary of traveling alone, especially at night. The fear was palpable, woven into the fabric of the community. There were tales of the Wildman attacking livestock, leaving behind mangled carcasses. Some whispered of missing persons, vanishing without a trace in the vast wilderness. While these claims were never officially confirmed, they added to the aura of mystery and danger surrounding the creature. The fear wasn't limited to physical harm either. Some believed the Wildman possessed a strange, almost supernatural power. They said it could mimic human voices, luring unsuspecting victims deeper into the woods. Others claimed it had an unnerving presence, capable of instilling a primal fear in anyone who crossed its path. Whether real or imagined, the terror the Wildman inspired was very real. The legend of the Tennessee Wildman reached its peak in the early 1900s, with a series of sightings in McNary County. The area, known for its dense forests and rural landscapes, became the epicenter of these mysterious encounters. These encounters weren't just fleeting glimpses, they were vivid and often terrifying experiences. They were bold daylight sightings that sent shockwaves through the region, leaving the local population in a state of constant anxiety and curiosity. The most famous of these occurred near a small town, where the community was tightly knit and news traveled fast. A group of farmers claimed to have seen the Wildman raiding their crops, an event that quickly became the talk of the town. Their descriptions were consistent with previous accounts: tall, hairy, and incredibly strong. Tall, hairy, and incredibly strong. However, this time there was an added detail that made the story even more chilling. They claimed the creature was carrying a crude club fashioned from a tree branch, a weapon that added a new layer of menace to the already fearsome image. This detail only added to its fearsome image, making the legend even more terrifying and captivating. News of the McNary County sighting spread like wildfire. The story was picked up by newspapers and telegraphs, reaching far beyond the local community. People flocked to the area, drawn by the allure of witnessing something extraordinary and perhaps even dangerous. Hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive creature, they scoured the woods with binoculars and cameras, turning the quiet countryside into a bustling hub of activity. The frenzy surrounding the Wildman caught the attention of a traveling carnival passing through the region. Sensing an opportunity to capitalize on the hysteria, they incorporated the creature into their show, creating a sideshow attraction that promised to reveal the mysterious Wildman. They created a sideshow attraction featuring a man in a crude ape suit, a spectacle designed to thrill and deceive. Advertised as the captured Tennessee Wildman, the attraction drew large crowds. While clearly a hoax, the carnival's exploitation of the legend only solidified the Wildman's place in Tennessee folklore, ensuring that the story would be told for generations to come. Section 5, Man or Monster? Theories and Speculations. The enduring mystery of the Tennessee Wildman has spawned countless theories about its true nature. This enigmatic figure has captivated the imaginations of locals and researchers alike, leading to a myriad of speculations. Some believe it's a feral human, a person who has somehow survived in the wild for years, adapting to the harsh conditions. This theory suggests a lost soul who has reverted to a primitive state after years of isolation in the wilderness, living off the land and avoiding human contact. This idea is fueled by accounts of the Wildman exhibiting human-like behavior, such as crafting rudimentary tools and showing signs of communication. Witnesses have reported seeing the Wildman making gestures and even attempting to communicate, adding weight to the feral human theory. Others, drawn to the more fantastical, propose the Wildman is a cryptid, an unknown or mythical creature yet to be recognized by science. They point to its consistent description, its elusiveness, and its apparent superhuman strength as evidence of its otherworldly origins. The Wildman's ability to evade capture and its mysterious movements through the dense forests have only added to the cryptid theory's allure. Its reported superhuman strength, such as lifting heavy objects with ease, further fuels the belief that it might be more than just a human. Some even go so far as to link it to Bigfoot, suggesting it could be a southern variant of the legendary creature, adding another layer to the mystery. This connection to Bigfoot has sparked debates and discussions among enthusiasts and skeptics alike, each presenting their own evidence and arguments. Then there are those who believe the Wildman is nothing more than a product of overactive imaginations. They argue that the sightings can be attributed to misidentified animals, tricks of the light, or simply tall tales embellished over generations. Despite the skepticism, the stories persist, passed down through generations as part of local folklore. These tales, often shared around campfires and in hushed conversations, continue to captivate and intrigue, keeping the legend alive. The question remains, could there be a kernel of truth behind the legend? The mystery of the Tennessee Wildman endures, inviting us to ponder the line between myth and reality. Section 6. Doubters and Disbelievers. Rationality versus Legend. Not everyone is convinced by the tales of the Tennessee Wildman. Skeptics point to the lack of concrete evidence as a major flaw in the legend. There are no photographs, no footprints, no hair samples, nothing to definitively prove its existence. They argue that eyewitness accounts are often unreliable, prone to exaggeration and influenced by fear or excitement. Scientists, too, remain unconvinced. They argue that the Tennessee wilderness, while vast, is not large or remote enough to support a population of large, unidentified primates. They point to the lack of fossil evidence or any biological traces to support the existence of such a creature. While the skeptics raise valid points, their arguments often fail to dampen the enthusiasm of believers. The legend of the Tennessee Wildman, like many enduring mysteries, thrives on a sense of wonder and the possibility of something unknown lurking just beyond our understanding. Section 7. the Wildman's legacy, embraced by a community. Despite the lack of concrete evidence and the dismissals from skeptics, the Tennessee Wildman has left an undeniable mark on the region's culture. Local businesses have embraced the legend, incorporating it into their names, logos, and merchandise. From Wildman barbecue to Hairyman hiking trails, the creature has become a quirky symbol of local pride. The Wildman has also inspired countless works of art, literature, and music. Local artisans craft intricate wood carvings depicting the creature, while writers weave it into their fictional tales. Musicians have even penned songs about the legend, ensuring it continues to resonate with new generations. Perhaps the most enduring impact of the Tennessee Wildman is its ability to bring people together. Every year, festivals and events are held in its honor, drawing crowds from across the state and beyond. These gatherings celebrate the legend, fostering a sense of community and shared history. Section 8. The Allure of the Unknown, Tennessee's Enduring Mystery. The legend of the Tennessee Wildman, much like the dense forests it calls home, remains shrouded in mystery. Whether a product of folklore, misidentification, or something entirely unknown, the creature has captured the imaginations of generations. It's a reminder that even in our modern world, there are still unexplored corners and unexplained phenomena that spark our sense of wonder. So the next time you find yourself wandering through the wilds of Tennessee, keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. You never know what you might encounter. Maybe, just maybe, you'll catch a glimpse of the elusive Tennessee Wildman, adding your own chapter to this enduring legend.